Can you drive a gutted race car out on the street? We're gonna find it out, or at least I'm gonna show you that we can, that I do. Now, most people are cool with all my weight reduction, but once in a while I get those people that talk crap about it, or I'll get people say, man, I'd love to do that, but I have to drive my car on the street. It's not a track car. I'm taking this on a trip, the longest trip I've ever been on. I'm going from Dallas to Detroit and back. That's gonna be well over 2,500 miles because I'll be doing a lot of driving in Detroit because I'm gonna be up there for a week. Why? Because we're gonna do all 3 Dodge media events. We are gonna do the Modern Street Hemi Shootout race in Milan, just outside Detroit. And then we're gonna wrap it up hanging out on a lot on Woodward during a Dream Cruise. The same lot Dodge is on, by the way, so hopefully I see you out there, or I did see you out there. Because once this video is released, that will already have happened because I can't finish this video till I get back here. Now, normally I'm towing this car to the drag strip, but this time, because I'm going back to my hometown, I wanted to go to my hometown and cruise around in this badass car. And I made this trip from Dallas to Detroit dozens of times, honestly, in my lifetime. Pretty much every car I've ever owned has been on the trip. Oddly enough, the 2017 Ram is the only one that hasn't made that trip yet, but this one takes precedence. I'd much rather take this one. So that's one of the reasons I'm driving this car, and honestly save money. And because I'm going by myself, I have plenty of room. I'm gonna take everything for the track with me. Now, there's obviously going to be some things that I can't drive on a street that I do on a track. Wheels and tires. Obviously, I can't drive on those skinny Hoosiers, and I'm not gonna waste my drag radials. Mirrors, a lot of times I take them off at the track. This time, I'm leaving my driver rear view on. If I need to take them off track, literally just takes me minutes. I do, however, not have my passenger side ones. So that one, I do have a mirror block-off plate on there. And then windshield wipers. No, I do not have any. But I did a video about comparing Rain-X versus non-Rain-X. And I've had cars before, no windshield wipers, and I just coat in Rain-X, and if I hit any rainstorms, I don't even use wipers, even when I have them, because the Rain-X works so dang good. So then we go to the interior, and I still have no interior. We driving in this Kirkey Racing Seat, which is surprisingly comfortable. And then there was one other thing that I did do, which is a little different because I am going to Detroit and I'm hanging out there for a whole week, and because I'm gonna be on the road for so long, I love the sound of this motor. I love the sound of the 392 Hemi, but I want some music too. So I did put all the speakers in. Now, a lot of times when I go on road trips, like when I went to Houston, I threw in just those 2 rear speakers in. But for Detroit, I wanna have a little bit better sound than that. So I did reinstall the door speakers as well as the 2 dash speakers. So all 6 speakers are back in, and because I have no trim panels, it literally takes me minutes to put them in. All right, so with that out of the way, I need to get this all car packed up and we'll be out in the morning. Okay, it's Sunday morning. We're all packed up, ready to go. So just really quick, just want to show you what I got. There's my floor jack, all my stuff. There's my front skinnies, one of my rear wheels, and a trunk full of bedding, mother wheel, gas tank. All my tools are in there. Yes, I'm old. I need my little creeper seat, my helmet and all that. I'm only missing one thing. I gotta stop by Buddy's house on my way out to pick up a tent he's letting me borrow. All right, let's get to driving. Well, this is a good time to do my first update of showing you that yes, I can drive this car on the street, because I am 664.5 miles into this trip. I'm actually just south of Springfield, Illinois, and I have been sitting in this Kirkey seat for over 10 hours now. So yeah, it's not just for the track. To just prove to you I'm driving, well, obviously you can see this is my car. Here's all my stuff packed in. I decided to do this update right now because at this mileage mark, this is officially now the furthest this car has gone in one day. And I still have quite a bit to go. So that right there, Waze, is set to my final destination where I'm staying for the next few days, which means I have another almost 8 hours left in the seat. Now, I'm not sure when I'm gonna stop because I'm probably not gonna make it straight through. But yeah, I have no issues driving. I'm completely comfortable. The only couple, and I won't lie, you know, it's not perfect. What I equate this to, for like a lot of people have flown, and on a plane you've got first class, you've got coach or business economy, whatever you want to call it. The full interior, the seats, everything, all that, that would be like first class on a plane. This Kirkey seat is about the size of business class economy, and it's kind of what this feels like. It's essentially as if I'm flying coach, so, you know, not luxurious, but there's nothing wrong with it. I'm perfectly fine. I do have one of those like little seat cushion things underneath me, so that kind of helps out a little bit, but really I don't need it. Not for comfort, I need it because I need a boost, because my Kirkey seat sits so low that my head is like, I feel like a kid driving a car. Now, one thing I do wish I had is I need to put like a towel or something behind my back. I am used to having some more support there. This Kirkey seat is completely flat, pretty much like in my truck or any other car that has that lumbar support. I usually have it out pretty just about as far out as it can go, but that's minor. It is a little bit noisy, but again, I'm used to that. That's not, you know, not that big of an issue. You do hear a few things a little bit more, so let's get up to a little bit faster. At a certain speed, you can really hear the diff whine. Offload, you hear that? I'm kind of going back and forth on the gas just so you can hear it a little better, which there's nothing wrong with it. The diff is fine. It's just the fact that there's no padding, no insulation, no carpet, no seats, nothing to help insulate the sound of it. Oh, and what's really great is I've been getting pretty good mileage. Now, right now it's showing 22.6, but I've actually hit 23.3 at one point. Then I just hit some traffic, which is when it came down. And I'm actually doing a separate video on the mileage. Not so much what kind of mileage I get, although you can take it from it, but mainly how accurate that is. So check that video out too. I don't know if that's going to be out before or after this one here. So that's a quick road trip update. I'm going to do a whole lot more updates on this because I've got a whole week of driving in this car all around Detroit, including racing, including freeway driving. Might even try to sleep in it. I don't know. We'll see. See you in a bit. We're over 900 miles in. I've been actually inside this seat for 14 hours. It's about to flip to 14 hours right now, and I'm about to cross over into my home state of Michigan. Okay, so it's pretty dark. You're probably not gonna be able to see. It is 12:51 a.m. and I've been in the car for like 15 hours, I think, and I didn't get very much sleep last night, and I'm super tired. So I'm at this rest area in Michigan, and I don't have any reservations at any hotels or campsites or cabins, and I'm still a couple hours away from the KOA I'm staying at, and I'm so tired I don't think I can make it. So I'm gonna try something interesting. Let me turn the flash on. There we go. Kirkey seat. Yeah, I got my little sunscreen shade up. I'm going to turn this off, though, because there's people in here, and I don't want them seeing what I'm doing in here. I'm going to try and sleep for a little bit in a racing seat. Got my pillow here, which you can't see. We'll see how this works out. Well, it is now 6:50, something like that. So 6 hours later, and I'm still at the rest area. Well, I slept in a Kirkey seat, and I have to say it was probably one of the most uncomfortable nights of sleep in a very, very, very long time. So I will freely admit, in this case, it would have been really nice to have a reclining seat. But hey, these exposed airbags make kind of a good little curtain rod to, you know, block off your window. All right, well, I'm gonna go use the facilities and get back on the road. All right, well, first part of can you street drive a gutted car is pretty much done. I'm here at my destination. I am in Holly, Michigan, so I'm about half hour away from the M1 concourse in Pontiac where the Dodge media events are going on. And as you can see, I'm tent camping it this time. A buddy of mine loaned me his tent. Already got it set up this morning. Brought all my stuff to wash the car. Stopped by Car Wash Bay. I did not use the foam brush, don't worry. And this is kind of a working vacation, so I'm set up and I am currently working regular work because YouTube is not my work. And then later we are going to go to the Dodge media event and we're going to see current muscle, whatever they got to reveal. Check this out. So I haven't applied Rain-X in quite a few days. I've washed my window a few times because I wasn't expecting any rain. It was dry, and so the Rain-X is kind of worn off quite a bit. And obviously I don't have any wipers, and it's not raining now, so I can't show you driving in the rain, but it did just rain while I was doing something. So let's see how easily this clears off for me. We're getting on the freeway right now, so we'll see what some higher speeds does. I mean, really, I should have just wiped it all down before I pulled away, but I kind of wanted to see what would happen getting on a freeway. definitely need to reapply the Rain-X. I didn't redo that because there was no rain in the forecast. So anyways, still daily driving it. See, it's much less in here. I got everything out just while I'm cruising around Detroit. So this is day number 3. I'm on my way to the E-Muscle reveal event right now. And man, everything's been going great. Well, it is our last morning here in the Detroit area, and it's time to finish off this street driving video of this very gutted car. Here it is, I'm all packed up. I got stuff there, wheels. I picked up a pair of Hoosiers, so I've got a full 17-inch drag set plus 2 Hoosier tires, plus all my tools back there. My jack is underneath that stuff. Yeah, it's full, and all the stuff I need to stay here for a week. So I don't know if I've proven yet that you can drive this car in the street. I have no wipers, but this is fine. I'm sitting here, I'm defogging it. I just reapplied Rain-X, so that'll all come off as soon as I get going. And you see we're here right at the Detroit Ann Arbor KOA. That's where we were staying, in a cabin over here, which is cheaper than a hotel. And guess what? You get to park right next to your cabin. And KOAs in general, RV parks like this are safer, just because, you know, it's a cool community. If you see some of my other videos, you know I have an RV. So at this point, we have gone 1,679 miles on this trip. Just under 1,200 of that was just the drive up here, which means I've driven about 500 miles worth of city driving all around Detroit, up to Pontiac for the Dodge events. I was staying up around Holly, which is just north of Pontiac. Then obviously we went down to Milan. We drag raced all day. We won. And then yesterday we went to the Woodward Dream Cruise. And then back here, I mean, how much more street driving do you need? Oh, you need a little bit more. Okay, well, you're gonna get about 1,200 more miles because I gotta get home now. It is 7:38 a.m. on a Sunday. We're in Detroit area, so it's Eastern time. Luckily, I'm gonna gain an hour because I live in a central time zone. And that's gonna help me out because I'm straight shotting this. I am just driving all the way through because as you saw on the way up, I had to stop for a couple hours. And I love this Kirkey seat, completely comfortable for street driving, just not for sleeping in a rest area. So we're gonna avoid that situation. But at least this time we have home to look forward to versus me trying to set up a tent, which is what I did the first half of this week. All right, let's get going. And now it's raining again. So I'm just cruising. You know, it's a 70-mile-an-hour speed limit on this road. I'm cruising 65 just to play it safe because, you know, these tires are fine as long as you don't push them to the limit. Actually, right now I'm at 70 and I feel completely fine. I feel firmly planted and everything. And the rain is just flying right off. So now one thing I will have to do after it stops raining, once it's done, I'm gonna want to reapply the Rain-X just to get it to full maximum efficiency before the next time it rains. Well, it has been one hell of a week and we're finally at the end of it because I am literally about 2 minutes from my house, so I just want to record this really quick. The whole point was to show that this car can be driven on a street. I mean, look at those gauges. We're going to talk about that tomorrow because I am tired. I have been in this car for like 17 and a half hours today. I made it in one shot, Dallas to Detroit. Or, sorry, that's how tired I am. The other way, Detroit to Dallas. And I am now about 1 minute from my house, so we're gonna cut this video off. And I am gonna park the car in the garage, and I'm not unpacking nothing tonight. And I am hitting the bed. And then I will come back later this week to wrap up this video. And it's like a week after the Detroit trip, and I'm just gonna keep continuing on this like, hey, I can street drive my car because here I am a week later and it's not just a simple Detroit trip. Now I'm just going into the office for work. Now normally I work remotely most of the time, but sometimes I need to go in. When I need to go in, guess what I do? I hop in the car and go. Even if it's gonna rain like it's supposed to do. I don't know how many more times I can say like, yeah, I drive this car on the street. It's not a track car only. I may not drive it every single day, but that's only because I don't have to drive every single day. And we're back to the garage, back to having my drag wheels on because I'm in between races. And there's really not much more else I can add to this at this point. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope it answers some questions if maybe you had some. Thank you for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and see you at Drag Strip.